Georgia Beach, welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Tisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Woman says divorced men are the best type of men to date. That's interesting. What do you guys think of that? Let's check it out.
Divorced men are the best type of men to date, in my opinion. And this is going off of experience and also being a divorcee. I find that divorced men are already made husbands. So it makes it so much easier, in my opinion, to date a man who's already been married, has been accustomed to being a husband, and has an idea of where he effed up at and knows what he's going to try to fix. Don't get me wrong, there are cons as well. The con is usually child support. It's usually co-parenting with the ex-wife. It could be things that he has to still work through that scarred him from his marriage before, because for some reason we think that men, they don't feel anything, but they go through just as much as we do when it comes to a divorce, obviously, unless they cheated. But we're not going to talk about those type of men, because not every man that's gone through divorce is a man that's cheated. There's a lot of really good men who wound up in divorce because their wives got bored, because maybe he wasn't doing things that she wanted him to do and they grew apart. There's so many reasons why a man can go through a divorce, and it has nothing to do with cheating.
Right.
Because of that, this again makes him even more prone to be ready to just like fix it, especially if he's a man who actually enjoys being a husband, because there are men who love taking care of their woman. They take pride in that. Like I said, doesn't mean it's going to be perfect, but I found that divorced men are easier to date based off of what I was looking for. He had kids. He understood, legacy. He understood commitment. He understood all these things. My husband was divorced. I was divorced. So when we came together, we was like, it took us like much less time to identify we wanted each other, ask each other the proper questions, and say, you know what? You're going to be the person that I'm with. It's easy to do that when you've gone through a marriage and you know your strengths and your weaknesses. You know what your ex kept telling you need to work on. So you know what to work on. But again, it's my unpopular opinion. I think some people would rather run away from them. Personally, if you were my coaching client, I would tell you to snatch you a divorced man who did not go through divorce because of cheating.
Interesting. Quick question for the guys out here who you've kind of made it up in your mind that I'm interested in finding a wife. I don't know when that will be, but I'm open to it if the right woman comes along. And that would be your first marriage. Would you get remarried after a first divorce? If you were to divorce, because nothing's guaranteed. Nobody's marriage is guaranteed. Would you get remarried? I mean, we know what the data says. People who do get remarried have like a 60% chance, over 60% chance, I think. Let me see. It says, according to available census data, the divorce rate for second marriages in the United States is over 60%, compared to around 50% for first marriages. I'm somebody who's pretty hard-headed, and people are often really surprised that I follow through with the things I say I'm going to do. I fall short many times, but in most cases, I'm somebody who follows through. I've thought about this and already decided, and I've said this a couple of times, that if I was to go through the unfortunate circumstance of a divorce, there is no way I would ever get remarried. That is me, right? God forbid. But you can also say, hey, how about that small percentage of people who are able to get remarried and find somebody? I'd be curious to hear what those men also have to say. Comment down below. I'm curious. Let's check out some of these comments, see what the people have to say. First comment says, sounds tricky because what if he wasn't a good husband and still ain't trying to be a good husband? Another person who says, I believe this. I mean, if he's not toxic, a toxic man, I'm assuming she's supposed to say, but just messed up in his first marriage, the second wife gets the best version. Another person who says, and his child support is paid in full. They don't want to have to pay that child support. Somebody else here added, I feel the same about divorced women, as long as they're healed. Here's somebody else who says, I just stopped dating a divorcee 2 times around. I can't do it. He needs a lot of counseling and anger management. Had to walk away. And the chick responded back and says, completely understandable. Here's somebody else who says, I totally agree. Another comment here says, you're 1,000% accurate. My husband was a divorcee, and the second time around, they know exactly what they want. I can see what people mean, because there are certain things that you learn from being able to live with somebody over a long period of time. If you're able to learn to cooperate with somebody for a long period of time, you learn certain skills. But the truth is, people just tolerate bullshit a lot less the older they get. That is just the truth. Can you think back to the things that you used to put up with when you were younger, dating women out here, and how at the first sign of those things, you check them, or you just remove yourself completely out of the situation? It makes sense that a lot of people look back and they're just like, no, wait, what? No, I'm not dealing with this. And they are out. Listen, guys, as always, I'm curious to know, what do you think? Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you as always for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.